This is Mirabella's Kitchen, and today I'm making Indian cilantro chicken. If you'd like to cook with me, please check the description below for a list of the ingredients and a shout out to my patrons, Dennis, Andrea, Daryl, and Melissa. Thanks, guys. I start by taking 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs and cutting them into bite-sized pieces and placing them into a mixing bowl to start making a marinade. I take half a lemon and squeeze the juices onto the chicken. I take 2 large cloves of garlic and mince them, and then add them into the marinade. I take 2 tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt, adding it in, 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, and 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon coarse kosher salt. I mix that together and I'm going to let this sit in the fridge for 40 minutes to marinate. In the meantime, I'm taking 2 plum tomatoes, also called Roma tomatoes, and dicing them. I'm taking 1 green chili, I'm using a serrano pepper, and dicing it. And I'm taking about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of cilantro and roughly chopping the leaves. And 2 large red onions that I'm dicing. Into my braiser, I have 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil heating up over medium heat. I add in 1/2 teaspoon cumin seeds, 2 bay leaves, the chili, and about 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. And I'm gonna saute this until it becomes fragrant. I then add in the red onion and I'm gonna saute that until it becomes translucent after about 5 minutes, adding a little salt to kind of speed up the process. I then add in my tomatoes and I'm gonna let those get nice and soft and slightly brown. I'm doing this over medium heat, though if you're using a heavy bottom pan like me, I recommend a lower heat. I was having some burning issues. I then add in 1/4 of a teaspoon turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons coriander powder, 1/2 tablespoon garam marsala powder, and I'm gonna cook this down until the powder is no longer raw. I then add in the chicken. I'm gonna mix that all together and let that cook over medium heat, covered for 10 to 15 minutes. I note there is no water, but there's water in the chicken and in the yogurt, and that will release as it cooks down, as shown in this shot. But I was again having that burning issue, so I would recommend a lower heat. I give it a good stir. I then add in about 5 tablespoons of coconut milk. I'm gonna stir that, cover it again, and cook it for another 5 minutes. And finally, I'm going to add in the cilantro and stir it all together. I did miss a final shot, so I paired this with some rice and some naan. And my photo of it that I have is flipped upside down. And that is my Indian cilantro chicken. Thanks for joining me today. I make new videos on cooking every Thursday. Please support me on Patreon and Facebook at Mirabella's Kitchen and on Instagram at Mirabella's_kitchen.